there was a certain poignancy of Remembrance Sunday falling on the 11th of November. I was in Port Stanley, and I was going to return to the church where I attended a memorial service 25 years ago. Once again, the weather refused to allow the start of the Falklands summer. Icy, cold rain seeped through my traditional Remembrance Day uniform of black polished shoes, core tie, a blazer with campaign medals hung proudly from my chest. The rain chilled my body to an ache and reminded me of cold November days in Suffolk, where I played the last post and reveille at the village remembrance services on the bugle. I remembered the painfully cold hands raising the bugle to my chapped lips to make my call of commemoration for the war dead. At Holbrook War Memorial, I stood aged 13 and experienced my first Remembrance Sunday. This Sunday, the 11th of November 2007, was about other things. It was about 2-minute silence of contemplation, official memorials, a seizing of a moment to perform a poem, the raising of glasses to absent friends, placing by a tree a poppy cross with poignant messages to my friend.
I would just like to say, on occasions like this, humble soldiers are very rarely ever asked to say anything. I'm not on the programme, but I'd just like to say this. We heard from the Veterans Minister. 308 young men have committed suicide since the end of this war. And most of them committed suicide because what they saw was the neglect of the politicians. So I have a small poem to say. Every year, on Remembrance Sunday, I sit in the corner of a British Legion bar, dressed in blazer, shirt, regimental tie, polished shoes, with my head held high. But deep in my mind, where nobody goes, I see a wooden cross, where the wind of victory blows. 3 cheers for victory, I heard the politicians say, but they never asked me about my victory. And if they did, I would have explained it this way. It isn't your flags or your emblems of war, or your marching of troops past the palace's door. It isn't Mrs. Thatcher on the balcony high, reaffirming her pledge to serve or die. But it's the look and the pain on a teenager's face as he dies for his country in a far-off place. It's the guns and the shells and the phosphorus grenades, the dead and the wounded, the freshly cut graves, or a grieving wife with a fatherless child whose young tender life will be forever defiled, or the alcoholic soldier with a shattered mind who takes the suicide option for some peace to find. Well, that's my victory, but no one knows if it's deep in my mind where nobody goes.
That has been the most moving part of the week. It was absolutely fantastic.
We can put it in the snippet.
It was for people like you. People like you. It's important.
It's all of us, mate.
Yeah.
All of us.
It gets lost, doesn't it?
Yeah. Didn't they, though?
I stopped going to Remembrance Sunday a long time ago to services like this, because the establishment kicks into place, and the story of the humble soldier or the grieving parent or the sister and brother is kind of lost. The story of the humble soldier or the grieving parent or the sister and brother is kind of lost. The story of the humble soldier or the grieving parent or the sister and brother is kind of lost.